Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Kliff Kingsbury tries to teach Kyler Murray play calling lessons. It ain't easy. Kliff Kingsbury had a message about play calling for Kyler Murray, and he said it ain't easy. To get it across, he had Murray call plays for the backup quarterbacks during practice last Saturday. The Cardinals coach wanted his starter to understand what it was like to call plays during the game, so what better way to get that experience? Every now and then he starts shaking his head when I'm calling in there. I'm like, all right, big dog. Kingsbury told reporters on Thursday, anytime we could keep him involved, he was coaching them right up until the last second. Like while they were trying to throw, he was saying stuff to them, so probably won't be doing that again. Kingsbury added jokingly that although Murray did well, I would not want to play for Kyler Murray if I was a quarterback and he was the coach. Murray is going into his fourth season as a center of attention throughout the NFL after signing a massive extension that drew eyeballs not just for the dollar figure but for a homework clause that the team said was later taken out. The former Offensive Rookie of the Year led the Cardinals to the playoffs for the first time last season, but now faces the weight of expectation and scrutiny in a way he hasn't as of yet. Murray hasn't practiced over the last week after positive tests for the C-19, though Kingsbury said that he was hopeful Murray could come back on Saturday before Arizona hosts fans for their red and white practice. I understand, he's just trying to, make light of the situation and stuff and, kind of joke about things and everything and keep it upbeat, just joking. But people will take this literally and try to make it like, well, there you go. See, it's hard. Even he's trying to call plays. He's not paying attention. They like to paint narratives. And to me, like I said, this is all Kyler Murray's fault because he signed the contract. He signed the contract. He messed up. He knew better than signing that damn contract. But that's his fault. You know, Nobody's going to feel sorry for you if you're out here signing BS contracts. That's just facts. Now, Commanders rookie linebacker retires and Carson Wentz struggles. Notes from training camp. Washington once had 3 undrafted free agent linebackers it liked, including Trey Walker of Idaho on its roster. Now, after Walker's retirement and Drew White's torn ACL, there's only one left. Craig Hudson for the Washington Post reported this. For the second time in as many weeks, a Washington Commanders player abruptly retired. Coach Ron Rivera said Friday that Trey Walker, an undrafted rookie linebacker from the University of Idaho, told him retirement was something he had been thinking about. There were some things he wanted to get back to, so he decided it was time to move on. Rivera said 2 retirements in one training camp is not unusual. It happens, he added. It really does happen. Though the departure of an undrafted rookie might seem minor, this one is notable. Walker had a real chance to make the roster since the draft. Rivera has maintained the team was not pursuing a veteran linebacker because it wanted more snaps for 3 promising rookies. Walker, Drew White of Notre Dame, and Bryce Notary of Southern Illinois. But now, following Walker's retirement and White's ACL tear, only Notary remains. Washington has 6 other linebackers on the roster with a clear hierarchy between the first tier, Cole Holcomb and Jamin Davis. Second, David Mayo and Khalid Hudson. And third, Dejon Harris and Milo Eifler. Washington ran a goal line package Friday with Holcomb and Mayo, not Davis on the field, but it didn't continue in 11 on 11. Well, this is going to prompt us to obviously look at linebackers. Rivera said Walker's a young guy that we did like, that we thought had some ability. Really good tape coming out of Idaho. It's unfortunate, but if the young man has something else he wants to do, then he's going to go on and do it. Washington doesn't have many options to upgrade one of his weakest positions. Dallas scooped up one of the best linebackers left on the market Thursday by signing Anthony Barr to a one-year deal, reportedly worth up to $3 million. If the Commanders target veterans, candidates could include Joe Schobert, A.J. Klein, and Reggie Ragland. The injury report: wide receiver Curtis Samuel, conditioning; cornerback William Jackson III, hamstring; right guard Trey Turner, quadriceps; defensive end James Smith-Williams, his hip; tight end John Bates, that's his calf; tight end Samus Reyes, hamstring; and wide receiver De'Ami Brown were among those to miss part of or all of practice. Rivera says swing tackle Cornelius Lucas, who remains on the non-football illness list, is coming along well. During individual drills, tight end Cole Turner ran a route on the wet grass and Wentz in pain after one cut, seeming to favor his left leg. In 11 on 11, safety Percy Butler hit Turner hard on the short route, and Turner limped off holding his left hamstring. Turner sat in the medical tent, and Bates, who hasn't yet practiced during camp, came over and sat next to him. Turner eventually returned to the field. Now, offense sloppy during physical goal line drills. In Washington's first padded goal line drill of camp, the offense looked sloppy with multiple drops and turnovers. On one 4th and goal situation, running back Antonio Gibson and quarterback Carson Wentz flubbed the exchange and Gibson fumbled. On another, a pass glanced off the hands of reserve running back Reggie Bonifan and landed in the hands of reserve corner Channing Stribling. In other words, Gibson fumbled again, running back Jonathan Williams fumbled, and corner Kendall Fuller dropped the would-be interception that Wentz had thrown straight to him. Part of the impression may have been because of the personnel. One example, because so many tight ends were hurt, undrafted rookies Curtis Hodges and Armani Rogers took the majority of the first-team reps. Wentz update: Wentz has looked up and down all camp, and he noticeably struggled Friday. It was most apparent during 7-on-7. In past practices, Wentz has usually shined in 7-on-7, even when he has later struggled during drills with the pass rush, 9-on-9 or 11-on-11. But on Friday, Wentz missed several easy throws in 7-on-7, including a short route to Terry McLaurin, that Wentz skipped behind the wideout. Even when offensive coordinator Scott Turner tried to scheme easier looks for Wentz, such as on play action or a bootleg, he couldn't find a rhythm. Once, as defensive end Montez Sweat chased down Wentz on a bootleg, Sweat yelled something that could be interpreted as a taunt or genuine advice. Get rid of it, get rid of it. So, Scherf plays down Washington reunion. On Thursday, reporters in Jacksonville asked right guard Brandon Scherf if he felt extra motivation to face his former team in the season opener. Washington drafted Scherf 5th in 2015 and franchise tagged him twice before letting him walk in March. Actually, not really, Scherf said. I had a great time and had a great experience in Washington, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all the coaches that I played with there. For me, week 1 is another game that I have to get myself ready for, and we just got to show up and get ready to play because they're a heck of a team. Now, Wentz struggles is probably the main thing. Now, let me talk about the linebackers. Look, this happens. Injuries happen. This is why I watch preseason to look for depth. Preseason is used to see how much depth you got on your team, because sometimes you may not have a lot of depth. Your depth may be very small. You may not have, a lot of people, that's behind one another. And they wanted to go young. Ron Rivera has done this in the past where he's liked to go after young linebackers, because they can catch on fast and they can grow into their role. They can grow into their role. They don't have to keep going to get linebackers because sometimes the veteran linebackers either get hurt or they're not old enough. But Anthony Barr would have been a great pickup for them because he could have played the inside and the out. Like I said, they run mostly sub formations. So now you just got two backers. You really don't have a Mike linebacker no more. It's rare that you'll see a 4-3 or 34 defense being ran. It's mainly a nickel defense that's being ran. Or sometimes it's a nickel 3-3-5, or you may have a 4-2-5. Sometimes, shoot, you may have a 2-4. You may have a 2-4-5. You may only have two rushing people. You might have two ends rushing and everybody else a linebacker. So it depends on the defenses they run. Ron Rivera is a guy who likes to run the 4-3, and let his D line basically handle the pass rushes and help stop the run. He usually loves to run three linebackers, but because the league has started to go more towards a passing league, everything is sub formation now. Now, Carson Wentz. The problem with Carson Wentz is this, and this is the problem that I've always seen from Carson Wentz, but yet people always call you a hater. And I love Carson Wentz. I'm a fan of Carson Wentz. I wanted to see him succeed. Wentz was straight to me. His problem is in situations where it gets kind of hectic out there, he doesn't play up to par as if it wasn't no pressure. But that's just how he plays. And this is the trouble that a lot of people fear for the Washington Commanders now, or I call them the Washington Deadskins. This is the problem they face. Too many question marks. Now, Wentz thing is if you can force him to stay in the pocket and force him to make decisions, to have to look past his first read and second read, you got Wentz dead to rights because he's going to try to either run or throw outside the pocket, and Wentz is shown injury prone. He's shown he's injury prone. That's why I don't understand why Washington didn't go get Cam or go get RG3 or go get somebody. Well, RG3 used to play there, so, they probably didn't want him back. But you could have got somebody. We'll see. I don't trust this Washington team. I'm not sold on them. I think they'll probably be the third best team. I don't know, but I don't trust them. So, don't trust them at all. Sure don't. No. Let me see. Okay. Kiko Alonso retires after one practice with the Saints. Veteran linebacker Kiko Alonso signed with the Saints last week, but he had second thoughts about whether he wanted to keep playing almost immediately. After participating in one practice with the Saints, Alonso has decided he's done, and the Saints have officially announced his retirement. The 31-year-old Alonso was a second-round pick of the Bills in 2013. After 2 seasons in Buffalo, his college coach Chip Kelly traded for him in Philly, sending LaShawn McCoy to Buffalo in the deal. The next year, with Kelly gone, Alonso was traded to Miami, where he played 3 seasons. He then played for the Saints in 2019, was traded to the Niners in 2020, and didn't play at all in 2021. Now he had decided to walk away from the game. So, wish him well in his next endeavor. But Kiko Alonso to me was never that great. To me, he was solid at certain parts of the game. He could cover good. I mean, wasn't really a great run stopper. I just never saw him as somebody who's would be a threat to me if I'm running the ball or passing the ball. Sometimes he had lapses on defense, but he was okay. Wasn't the greatest. He was okay. You know, but that's all I got, man, for around the NFL and everything. Thank you guys, man, for listening, man. Make sure that you like, comment, subscribe, and share this. Hit that notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you guys love what you hear, you can go to the description box. Hit that link in the description box. That'll take you to my Cash App where you could donate whatever your heart's desire. You guys can also super chat when the video is a live or premiering a video. And if you guys don't make the live or premiere and you don't Cash App, you guys can also leave a super thanks. Make sure you hit the like button as well. You comment and share it because they're blocking my page. From getting out there to everybody. People have been complaining they haven't gotten their notifications. And they basically don't do anything about it. So they really don't like me for ruffling feathers, but we're going to keep ruffling feathers. Like I told you, I'm not finna hide anything from you guys. I tell y'all whatever I know. Like I said, this is just from outside looking in. I don't have any people behind closed doors. Maybe a few people I know who know certain players, but it's not really a lot. So thank you guys for your love and your blessings and supporting the page, and thank you for continuously coming over. Love you guys, man. Thank you, because if it wasn't for you guys, man, I wouldn't be where I'm at. You guys have been supporting me through everything, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening, man. We are out, and it's Diesel.